you know, oh my word. I'm just gone. I'm now going to be the river that rambles. That from your song. Okay. Roy told me I was not to present a slide presentation or wear a hat or do anything really old lady like I've got my notebook here, you know. I'm like, okay, I'll try. But I brought my props. And if anybody sees Shirley Jones walk into this room, stop me. I know Shirley Jones, and I'm going to tell you about Shirley Jones in one of my pieces. And she's written a book. There's a lot of sex in it. We should get together because I have no sex in mine. One dirty word. I want Don Sexton and Keith Cleesby to come up here with me. Sexless.
We have children
No,
present.
this
so
is sexless.
Okay.
It's Don and Keith, for heaven's sake.
Well, I know.
Okay.
Is my zipper up?
You're fine. Yeah.
I said none of that. These two guys are my props. They are in the story that I'm going to share that will be in my next book. Can I do this?
Yes, you can.
It's called More Secrets of, if you didn't get enough the first time. More Secrets of an Old Typewriter, because I want to see if I can get sued this time. And Lauren is here, and she's probably going to need, I'll be giving her a call. I'm going to need her services. More Secrets of an Old Typewriter, Misunderstood Gargoyles, and Overrated Angels. And there's my name, and that's me, real thin, you know, walking along. So, this one will be in my next book, I hope. And it is called, I want you to stand here the whole
We're
time.
going. Can we sit down now?
Could you sing something?
Go ahead, Don, you first.
You did.
This is Don Sexton, my husband, not my
Wait,
son.
I met everybody.
Not
We
my other
signed-
son.
we signed the-
What about me?
Brad Pitt is here for the day. No, it's Keith Cleesby, isn't it? If you want to pantomime while I read this,
No, let's go sit down.
Yeah, we better go sit down.
Thanks.
they're in this story though.
Yeah, you.
No, thank you.
If anybody sees Shirley, please, because she's in town, isn't
She
she?
was in Redford yesterday.
She was in Redford?
Not Robert Redford. She
Oh.
was in the town called Redford. We've already done this joke on
Yeah.
Facebook.
What was she doing there?
I think she was signing things at a movie theater.
Well, this is how I know Shirley. Have I got on all my Shirley stuff? My husband laminated her in the back seat. She's in the back seat, isn't she?
We don't know.
We stole the poster from Richard's Restaurant.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. I wish I could sing this. Me and Shirley, Shirley Jones. Celebrating the publication of my first book at age 65, and probably my last. That's before this happened. Hubby Don, who naggingly urged, "When are you ever going to write your damned novel?" And shut up. For ages. Well, he drove me, Miss Daisy, to Bear Creek Farms, the Hoosier version of Branson, Missouri, the quintessential home of Misplaced Celebrity Fest. Why? To meet and greet David Cassidy's stepmother. What is his song?
I think I love
I
you.
think I love you, so what am I so afraid of? Okay. Anyway, Keith Cleesby, Brad Pitt right there, not Keith Partridge, chaperoned us. We visited James Dean Land first, which is like an hour away from my house, in Fairmount, Indiana. Then motored on to wheat fields, which surrounded a piss elegant, can I say piss elegant here?
You're with friends. You can say this, Alex.
Piss elegant gift shop, because you said I was like Molly Brown once, didn't you? Michael Madigan. Gift shop, an expensive restaurant. I'm like Victor Borga. I can't, he can never just play the piano and not talk, whatever. I just have to interrupt myself. I'm only in first paragraph. This is going to be a while. We visited James Dean Land first in Fairmount, Indiana, then motored on to wheat fields, which surrounded a I wanted to say that again, piss elegant gift shop, an expensive restaurant, as well as a rather countrified westernized theater barn. Paying extra cash to meet and greet Lori from Oklahoma, Julie from Carousel. See, you just remember how sweet she always was. Oh my God. Marion the librarian from Music Man. Academy Award-winning prostitute, is that okay? From Elmer Gantry. Mama Partridge and real-life grandma to 12 children, ranging from 3 weeks to age 30. I got pushed, and you know that I did, both of you. I got pushed, yes, literally thrust to the front of the line of a whopping dozen fans. Proceeding to establish firmly and without the slightest doubt that I rank as a starstruck fool, I gushed at the actress, gingerly hugged her, and I mean her dress was sequins and she was, false eyelashes. Her hair was also stiff and she was tiny, sort of. It was like hugging a knight or something. I'm like, and I kind of bounced back off her. You can tell I wasn't pleased, but just wait. Now I'm at the front of the line, proceeding to establish firmly and without the slightest doubt that I rank as a starstruck fool. I gushed at the actress, gingerly hugged her so as not to disturb her sparkling sequins, nor muss her false eyelashes. Oh, I wrote that. And then quickly thrust into the face of Ms. Jones a half dozen CDs of Roy the Voice, who's a lot better than David Cassidy, by the way.
Thank you.
Who to my mother's mind, and here I've got rivals Mary Alonzo. Most Michiganders swear by his exceptional, magnificent performances, as well as do countless Central Indiana Hoosiers, though perhaps only 3 1/2 relatives. We are awaiting his discovery, and he's 40.
Yeah.
They're jealous. The world is jealous. Don squeezed Marty Ingle's adorable, demure wife, proclaiming, "I am Susie's husband." Shirley Mae Jones reported, "Ah, so you're the hubby and she's the mouth." I'm still mad. Is she back there? I stifled purring back in this instance of the pot calling the kettle black. "Hey, movie star lady, meow. I ain't the dame who just jetted to a Midwestern barn to sing about 20 songs to an audience predominantly enamored of heartthrob David Cassidy's Partridge Mom and real-life stepmother." But I didn't do any of that. Instead, though her vocal register has dropped a couple of octaves, and Cheryl is a clone of both my cousin Carol and Hillary Clinton, I attentively listened and watched, utterly captivated, while remembering at age 10, I sang along with the LPs of her cinematic musical blockbusters, even April Love, whatever that's about, which was rather redundant, recurring in every other cut on the soundtrack. Excuse me. And bought the sheet music so that I might follow the bouncing ball as she, Gordon McCrae, Robert Preston, and Pat Boone sang their little 1950s hearts out. But I wanted to tell her I was just a child and listen to your music. Other replies I might have shared with Shirley, had we meted and greeted for more than a duration of 3 seconds, might have been, I actually lovingly clipped out and played for hours with my Oklahoma paper dolls when I was only 10. And you, Shirley Mae, were, say, about 22. She was, darling, she really was. And the clincher, I'm here because I'm a latent groupie of your first husband, the actual father of not only David, but also Sean, Patrick, and Ryan. Jack Cassidy, who languished a bit as Mr. Shirley Jones, stole my heart via several Broadway shows. Chief among them, She Loves Me, Lauren and Roy. Fade Out, Fade In, and It's a Bird, It's a Plane, It's Superman. Handsome, outrageously talented, wickedly funny, the wholesome diva left that hunk, a title which I seldom employ, to marry dimpled, clown-like Mr. Ingalls of I'm Dickens, He's Finster. And the couple allegedly suggested 2 years ago, probably 3 now, that the then 75-year-old conservative Republican Shirley posed in the Altogether for Playboy. Is that okay? So Hef evidently nixed that proposal. At any rate, after watching a video of the wholesome former Miss Pittsburgh, 1952, who originally had planned to study veterinary science, who knew? Kissing Marlon Brando, Jimmy Stewart, Glenn Ford, the audience welcomed the opportunity to shout out guesstimates as to who might have been the best smoocher. Don screamed,
Bob Hope?
not sure why we weren't escorted outside into the petting zoo barnyard to graze with the pigs and the cattle at that point. Oh, what a beautiful Indiana morning. Plus, we got screwed out of complimentary wine tasting, arriving too late for dining prior to the show. Each of us thin plastic collapsible pop bottles and several crinkly packages of crunchy chocolate-covered pretzels. Sound effects. Obnoxious senior citizens behaving like irreverent high school juvenile delinquents, eagerly harassing our beautiful teacher from slouchy positions in our third-row seats. Our personal songbird occasionally squinted into the audience, one hand at her forehead, shielding her eyes from the spotlights, attempting to identify her munching hecklers. Closing number. Can I sing?
Yes, you can. Are you allowed to sing, or can you sing? What's
Thanks
the
a lot.
You can sing, and they would love for you to sing.
Oh, I'm just like a phrase.
Go for it.
Because she looked like this. She's pretty and cute, sexy. But this is how she sings. When you walk through a store, hold your head up high and don't be afraid of the dark. Oh well, we headed to our very own Surrey with a fringe on top, and not the least afraid of the dark. We somehow found our way back home, still wearing our Shirley VIP necklaces. She's been hanging in our kitchen. How long has it been, boys?
About 1.5 years.
Longer than that.
2 years.
She's been hanging in our kitchen a lot. Anyway, still wearing our Shirley VIP necklaces and buttons, picturing Miss Jones herself, and bows. Buttons and bows. Do you know how to sing that?
No.
East
really
is
don't.
east and west is west.
Sarah, maybe
Da,
we
da,
can
da, 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 da. Sing along. The words are da 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 da. Speaking of Bob, hey, stalking cinematic maturing wandering wonders who travel to our state is totally worth the bother. We missed Mickey Rooney. We did see Jerry Lewis. He walked worse than I walked. You know? Don't you sing a song about me here at last on the ground? Yeah. He leaned up against the piano, but anyway. Yeah, we did see Jerry, didn't see Mickey, but we did see Shirley. And I learned to forget about throwing bouquets. Don't throw. Where did Lauren go?
Bathroom with the daughter.
For him, you sing that a minute. Don't throw.
bouquets at me. No, please, not those too much.
That's my idea of Shirley. Shirley Jones should be like Lauren. And I forget about throwing bouquets at Richard Rodgers and Oscar Hammerstein's teen ingenue discovery. And there's got to be more to that story. We're friends on Facebook with Oscar Hammerstein's grandson, who looks a lot like Oscar Hammerstein, and he is an artist. And he defriended me after the Shirley Jones thing was on Facebook. I know that Richard Rodgers chased young girls around the piano. I don't know that Oscar Hammerstein did. I should say, are you mad because you think I'm saying Oscar Hammerstein was lecherous? But then
I told you you'd learn some things today.
I said to him, Roy bought your, $40 book for me for Christmas, and I'll be damned if you're going to defriend me on Facebook, and he's back.
He needs another person to buy his book.
Yeah. Anyway, and I learned to forget about throwing bouquets at Richard Rodgers and Oscar Hammerstein's teen ingenue discovery. There's got to be more to that story, unless I'm willing to duck. Chicks and ducks and geese better scurry. Lyrics which continually reverberate within my mind when I review questionable time spent with Mrs. Partridge. Hell hath no fury like a woman's scorn. William Shakespeare said that. Fickleness changed my tune considerably. But if this effervescent chanteuse ever returns to a cornfield near us, we'll eagerly follow through the maze for the rest of her career, especially if Shirley eventually graciously thanks us for the CDs and introduces Roy to Stephen Sondheim. And as I say, I wanted to bring in the laminated Shirley, but we can't find her. She was big, too. Okay. Is that the end?